The Wail of the Phantom, a journey into the unknown.
Glowing Star, unlock the world of stories. Glowing Star. Dive into captivating tales, inspiring journeys, and unforgettable adventures. Movie Camera, subscribe now and let the magic of storytelling brighten your day. Don't miss out, your next favorite story is just a click away. Sparkles, join us today, Sparkles.
The town of Raven's Hollow had always been shrouded in mystery. Perched on the edge of a dense forest, it was known for its eerie silence, broken only by the distant wail that echoed through the woods on moonless nights. The locals called it the Phantom's Wail, a sound so chilling it sent shivers down the spine of anyone who heard it. No one dared to enter the forest after sunset, until now. A fateful night. Eleanor Graves, a skeptical journalist, arrived in Raven's Hollow to investigate the legend. She had heard countless tales of haunted towns, but this one intrigued her. The reports were too consistent, too real. Determined to uncover the truth, she checked into the town's only inn, where the innkeeper, Mrs. Thatcher, warned her. "You don't understand what you're dealing with," Mrs. Thatcher whispered, her voice trembling. "The forest is cursed. Those who hear the wail, never return." Eleanor brushed it off. "It's probably just the wind or some old folklore to keep outsiders away," she replied confidently. Mrs. Thatcher's eyes darkened. "You'll see." Into the woods. That night, armed with a flashlight and her recorder, Eleanor ventured into the forest. The air grew colder with every step, and a thick fog began to swirl around her. She pressed on, her pulse quickening as the wail echoed in the distance, a mournful, anguished cry that seemed to pierce her soul. As she moved deeper into the woods, she noticed strange symbols carved into the trees, their meanings unknown. The ground beneath her feet felt soft, almost alive, as if the forest itself was breathing. Then she saw it, a dilapidated stone monument standing in a clearing. It was ancient, covered in moss and vines, with an inscription barely visible. "Here lies the forgotten. May their pain never be silenced." Eleanor knelt down, tracing the letters with her fingers. Suddenly, the wail grew louder, deafening, as if it were right next to her. She turned sharply, but there was nothing, only the fog thickening around her. The first encounter. Heart pounding, she tried to leave the clearing, but her path was gone. The trees loomed closer, their branches twisting unnaturally. Panic set in. Then she heard it, a faint whisper. "Help, us." Her flashlight flickered, revealing a figure emerging from the fog. Its face was pale, hollow eyes sunken deep into its skull. The figure stretched out a hand, its fingers long and claw-like. Eleanor froze, unable to move. "I can't," she stammered, stepping back. The figure's voice was a raspy echo, "You've come too far, you must listen." The revelation. The ghostly figure led her back to the monument. More phantoms began to appear, each one more disfigured and tormented than the last. Their wails combined into a cacophony of sorrow and despair. "Why are you here?" Eleanor asked, her voice trembling. A female phantom stepped forward, her translucent form shimmering. "We were betrayed," she whispered. "Long ago, we were sacrificed to the forest to appease an ancient evil. Our souls are trapped, unable to move on. The wail is our cry for justice." Eleanor's skepticism melted away. She realized the forest wasn't haunted by malicious spirits, it was a prison for forgotten souls. A dangerous choice. "Is there a way to free you?" Eleanor asked. The female phantom nodded. "You must destroy the monument. Break the seal, and we will be free." Eleanor hesitated. She knew that tampering with forces beyond understanding could have dire consequences. But the pain in their eyes was undeniable. Summoning her courage, she found a large stone and slammed it against the monument. Cracks spread across its surface. The wails grew deafening, but Eleanor didn't stop. With one final strike, the monument shattered. The aftermath. The fog lifted instantly, and the phantoms began to fade. Their anguished wails transformed into sighs of relief. The forest grew silent, peaceful for the first time in centuries. Before disappearing, the female phantom whispered, "Thank you, you've set us free." Eleanor stood alone in the clearing, the weight of what she had done sinking in. She made her way back to Raven's Hollow, the oppressive air lifted. The town was forever changed. The Wail was gone, but so was Eleanor's skepticism. She had ventured into the unknown and emerged with a story no one would ever believe, except those who had heard the phantoms wail.